Hello everyone, this is Bazooka. Welcome to one of my videos, and welcome to Random Ramblings, not Leave a Loadout. I kind of wanted to start off this week with a Leave a Loadout, but I've been feeling exceedingly lazy about doing lots of editing, because a Leave a Loadout does require a lot of editing. So I stick to Random Ramblings when I want to just kind of edit something lazily together. Nothing too serious, but yes, as you can see in the title, is going to talk about a little bit about the update, the August update. I don't remember what date it was exactly, but they added more crates. They added two more munition crates, and they added a promo item. So let's touch upon the promo item first. So the promo item is a spy crab. Anyone who has frequented the workshop, the TF2 workshop, probably has seen this at some point, just by just looking through all the items, like, oh, that looks like an interesting item, cute item, this little spy crab item, and Valve decided to make it into an actual piece of merchandise, and as a reward, you can get it as a genuine version if you get the little plush. And apparently the little plush, it's the spy crab. It's a tiny little crab thing, and it's adorable. It's tiny. Goes on this spy's left shoulder, I think, and yeah, the actual merchandise is like a little toy plush that its claws, you can pose its claws, so it's like holding onto something, or it's like holding something over its head. It's clamping onto something. Like you can do that, and I think it's great. The only problem is it's only for the spy. I'm not good at spy. So yeah, I mean, because it's only for one class, even though it does look incredibly adorable, I'm not gonna get it because, well, it's only for the spy, and I don't know if it's really worth it to me. I mean, I do need some kind of TF2 merchandise in my room somewhere. I currently have 0 TF2 stuff in my room. Well, there's not too much merchandise in my room to begin with. Oh, aside from Nintendo stuff. So, that is that. Next up is the 2 new crates. Of course, one crate is full of Killstreaks. I do believe there's a lot more varied. There's like a couple of stock, a few unlocks. There was even the backscatter as one of the Killstreak kits. So that's pretty interesting. Putting in the new stuff as, like, Killstreaks already. And speaking of the new stuff in the crates, the other crate, which obviously has the new Strangifiers and the new strange parts, it has 2 more cosmetic items, and it has 2 Strangifiers for 2 of the 5 new weapons in the Claidheamh Mòr update. So the 2 cosmetics are Anger and the Apparition. Wow, I honestly can't remember how it's supposed to be. Like, I know it's a 2-part name. The Apparition's Aspect, something like that. I honestly can't remember. It's the original version of Filamental. But yeah, you can make those into Strangifiers. The 2 new weapons that got Strangifiers is the Airstrike and the Classic, both of which I don't think are going to be very expensive. Especially the Classic. The Classic isn't really being used by a lot of people, aside from, just giving it a test run, like, oh yeah, let's give the Classic a try. Not good, because you can't do quick scope headshots. The Airstrike you might see a bit more often because it's a strange now, and it can do potentially a lot of damage at once. The few other items were the Vaccinator, also a semi-new item. It's one of the new items before the Claidheamh Mòr update. So that's probably going to be one of the most expensive Strangifiers or Stranges. And interestingly enough, I've always thought, as a Strange, the Vaccinator would have to count kill assist in order to level up, because you can just use Ubers. It's just like, okay, I'm just gonna fill up to 25%, 1 Uber, 25%, 2 Ubers, 25%, 3 Ubers. It's so easy. And you can like segment it to kind of cheat how you use those Ubers. Like, oh yeah, I've totally done 1,000 Ubers in one day. Not quite, unless it doesn't count those 25% Ubers, and you have to go all the way from 100 to 0. But that's not. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, because as soon as you use an Uber, it goes into an account. It you know, ups the counter. It goes up by 1, and it's like I've leveled up various times my my stock minigun and my quick fix, and it's just like as soon as I hit the Uber, oh, Bazooka's minigun has ranked up to server clearing. I'm actually not sure if my minigun is server clearing, but you get the point. Miniguns, except for the Killstreak, level up on Ubers, and as soon as you press mouse 2, or as soon as you know, do alt attack, it adds a tick to the Uber counter. That was quite a tangent. I was talking about how weird it is for the vaccinator, but yeah, I just find that really odd, because again, the vaccinator can just, you know, constantly put out Ubers like crazy, and I don't know. I mean, this will certainly encourage some people to use the vaccinator, and currently the vaccinator is the most expensive out of all of them, besides the cosmetics. It is like a key at the very least. It's a key right now, which I kind of find dumb, but hype price, man. What are you gonna do about it? The other weapon is the Man Melter, which is very nice. You know, pyros who use the flog should be using the should be using the Man Melter. I am not one of those pyros, unfortunately. Sometimes I do when I feel like it. And getting a Strangifier for the Man Melter, and you know, making a Man Melter myself, putting Strangifier on it, that will encourage me to use the Man Melter a little bit more, because you know, it will actually be worth using it. And it's also the final weapon so far that can actually have the allies extinguished part put onto it, so I think that's really cool. You know, besides the 2 new reskins, you know, or just all the reskins in general of the Girate and the Mad Milk and so on and so forth. So that's really cool, and the flamethrowers, but you get my point. So it's pretty cool to have the Man Melter now. All we need is the 3rd degree, and that will almost round out all of the pyro stranges. Still need the volcano fragment, I do believe. Postal Pummeler is a reskin, so that doesn't really need a Strangifier, or rather, it doesn't need to be a strange, because you can just use the Extinguisher if you want. There's 3 freaking different kinds. Pick your poison, man. Normal, Australian, festive. I don't know why I'm putting so much emphasis on these things. But also, not only are those 4 in the I do believe 85, number 85 crate, there's also the Widowmaker. Now, let that sink in a little bit. It's probably already sinked in quite a bit, because this is kind of late. But the Widowmaker was originally in crate, I do believe, 40 or 50. I'm pretty sure it's 40. Yeah, 40 was kind of the lackluster reserved crate, so, or the salvage crate. And of course, this, if you all know, back in the day, TF2 had these extremely rare crates, 30, 40, 50. Those 3 were, like, you know, the rarest of the rare. They were barely found. Of course, you know, out of like millions and millions of people, you find a lot. But still, compared to like every other crate back then, you got like 3 normal crates every cycle, maybe 4 or something like that. Now you only get like 2 normal crates, or you know, normal, quote unquote. But and in crate number 40 was one of them was the Widowmaker, and the only way to get a strange was to open up a crate of crate 40, which was harder to get, and therefore it, you know, cost a little bit more. Granted, crate 40 is probably one of the cheapest. No, it's not one of. It is the cheapest rare crate out of the 30, 40, and 50 salvage slash reserved crates. Was 60 in? I can't remember if they released 60 as a reserved crate, to be entirely honest. My memory is kind of blanking out on that, but still. Now you can just open up 85, crate number 85, and you can get a Strangifier, which is, you know, infinitely better than opening up a crate number 40 and getting a strange Widowmaker, because you can put this Strangifier on a genuine Widowmaker, or you can put it on a collector's Widowmaker. So right there, again, I'm pretty sure I've already said this already, but Strangifiers are great because you can just smack them on something that normally shouldn't be strange, and that's amazing because I don't know, it just adds a lot of diversity. Because like, oh man, I have this collector's Widowmaker, and I don't want to give it up, but I really want to count my kills, so I have to use this strange Widowmaker. But now you can grab a Widowmaker Strangifier, slap it on or whatever, to pour the liquid onto the collector's Widowmaker, and bada bing bada boom, you have a beautiful collector's strange Widowmaker hand gestures that you can't see. I think that's really awesome. Now the only downside is, are they gonna do these for the crate 30 stranges? Because that's gonna really make me. I mean, I'm gonna be happy, but at the same time I'm gonna be kind of sad because I spend a lot to get all these super expensive stranges. I don't want all my work to go straight down to jack all. It's just like, hey, you spent all this time and effort getting these stranges, and it's all for naught when you probably could have just waited a few years and bada bing bada boom. Here's a strange Killstreak, or a Killstreak Strangifier. Have fun. Yep. Oh boy. So there is that, but you know what? That's still good because, again, there's, you know, vintage Killstreaks. There's now the collector's Killstreak. So I think it's I'd welcome it, even though it would hurt me a lot, and to anyone else who has purchased a strange Killstreak or any other strange expensive weapon. If they just brought out a Strangifier for it, and it's just like, you know what? That's okay. I welcome it. Give me the Strangifiers. Bring on the Strangifiers. Bring on the Gunslinger Strangifier, the Machina Strangifier, the friggin', I don't know, just minigun Strangifier, so you can slap it on all those friggin' festive miniguns that aren't strange. Or yeah, that actually brings up another good point. You can put out. If they put out Strangifiers for festive weapons, or you know, that weapons that have a festive variant, they can now be strange. So it's just like, oh man, I now have to, if I want to upgrade, I have to go buy a completely different weapon, and I've already spent all this time with it. It's very close and dear to me. But now, if they do that, they won't have to part with their precious weapon, and they can just slap a Strangifier on it, and it'll be fancy times for everyone. So yeah, oh man, I've barely scratched the surface of what I really want to talk about. But man alive, Random Ramblings is turning into like a 15-minute kind of segment kind of thing, and I don't really want that, but I kind of want to keep it around 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna stop talking now and say goodbye. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me ramble on about the Strangifiers, pretty much. And I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Next time, hopefully, leave a loadout. If not, Random Ramblings. Once again, just expects Random Ramblings. Mumbling sounds. Have a great day, and a good night. Bye.